Previously on Alan Wake. Something I only know as the Dark Presence held my wife captive and used her to make me write a horror story that came true.
I'll bring her back.
Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Alan?
I saved Alice, then wrote a better ending for the story. But not without a price. I was trapped somewhere in the dark place, a strange zone somewhere beyond our world.
It's not a lake. It's an ocean.
Hello, this is Barani.
And Pred, hey guys.
Hello.
After the completion of any difficult undertaking, there are mixed emotions. Accomplishment and relief. Sadness, depression. For a while, everything was about the work. Like an illness, it consumed you, changed you. You locked yourself away from the world to do it, and now you need to recover. Learn to live without it. Find a way to crack open the door and let the light back in. I knew this place. It was familiar. But wrong.
Oh dear.
Diner.
Welcome to the
Yeah, it's a new thing.
The heck?
Everything had a surreal, dreamlike quality.
New Alan Wake thing.
I can't believe it.
I had a disturbing feeling of deja vu.
Yeah, me too.
I had no idea why I was here or where I had been before this moment. But something was waiting for me at the back of the diner.
Try the coffee. Just don't blame me when you fall in love, because it'll break your heart when you have to leave.
Here is no longer human. Nothing but black coffee under a thin layer of skin.
Do you remember the achievement for killing Rusty?
Yeah.
It was under a thin layer of skin.
Oh, okay. So that's Rusty sitting there.
Yeah.
Conversation with
And this is creepy. So this is
Yeah, I really like the distortion effect.
yeah.
It sounds extremely disturbing.
Is your wife with you? I can show you the town if you want. I get off work at
So to get back to the story, this is exactly after he dove into the lake and used his clicker and
Yes. He was
oh, they're like
basically writing a new ending to the story at the end, you know,
yeah.
when he was sitting in front of the typewriter again. And this is after that.
They're translucent.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Now that's what I'm talking about. Yes. This is it. A diamond.
I like the sound design. I have said this before, but I like the sound design of this game.
You can hurt yourself in the dark.
And yeah, my big hopes to finally get into the ladies' restroom.
Not even in a parallel surreal world.
No. No. It's a sad moment
Yeah.
when you realize you'll never be able to get into the ladies' restroom.
Yeah, I mean you can try out in real life.
Yeah, what will happen?
I don't know.
Alan, listen to me. Go no deeper.
What?
Focus. You're losing yourself. I will try to help the best I can, but it's up to you. Find a better point of contact.
What do you mean?
I cannot hear you. Please, you're the one making all this happen. Concentrate. This is what's happening.
Nightmares. Too deep. Can't take the pressure. It's too much.
Suddenly, Wake found himself face to face with himself. At the sight of myself, the dream suddenly became lucid. The dark place. That's where I was.
You will need weapons. It's not the light itself, but what it represents. You will need it. This is not a gun. It is a tool in a logical process of elimination. Be careful. I will try to find a better point of contact.
I didn't understand Zane's message, and knowing where I was didn't fix anything. Something had gone wrong after I had finished departure.
I don't know what this is supposed to mean.
Mirror?
Mira was here.
Maybe it's like an anagram or something. Probably,
this
probably
could
isn't
be.
it?
Or it's just bad pronunciation of mirror.
Mirror was here, so
Mirror?
he was here before. Like,
I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. Do you remember Mr. Scratch, right?
yeah, that was like your personality split, and
Yes.
Mr. Scratch was like your bad part.
He's like our antagonist in this first add-on
Okay.
of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you see him talking through the television to you, he creates like the bad circumstances around you. So he's kind of like a creator himself. He tries to kill you.
Okay.
And I honestly don't know how to combine this with the information from the main game we got. You know, in terms of interpretation.
Yeah.
Because Tom Stain said to us, this is Mr. Scratch. Your friends will meet him. And that doesn't fit that he's like creating our environment in the dark place around us, where we are trapped. If we take the game literal.
Zane! Wait for
Okay.
The world had become twisted. These trees didn't belong here.
In the beginning you have a very small ammunition and only these 4 batteries, so it's better to run for the next save points.
So why is he called Mr. Scratch? Scratches? Mr. Scratch?
I'm thinking of create something from scratch, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know it, to be honest. I don't even know what the word means in direct translation, scratch. I mean, it's like in German a Kratzer, right?
Yeah.
A scratch. If you
Yeah.
scratch yourself, your skin or something.
Yeah.
But it has some other meanings. And that was one of the pictures we saw in Hartman's office from one of his inmates, or whatever you call him.
Yeah. So Scratch is like a first draft.
I knew it was my writing.
Yeah.
But the words were jumbled dreamlike fragments, reloading frantically. The rounds just a stone's throw away from the tent. But it was just the radio. She was starting.
Oh.
The GPS system was working. I hadn't expected that.
Did we have this mechanic with the floating words in the main game?
At the end of the main game, right?
Yeah, of course. Right at the end. You're right.
Yeah. You put your flashlight against a word, and then some material appeared.
Follow the signal.
It made no sense for the GPS system to work. I doubted any satellite was in range.
Very often
These were alien skies, but it was guiding me to
you see that the GPS isn't really working.
No, it's like floating around.
Yeah, and then it's kind of finding its right goal again. And I don't know if this is intended or a bug. I guess it's intended.
It's probably intended.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And this is the big mechanic in the first add-on. You have to point your flashlight at the words, and then you get your tools, or sometimes even enemies, whatever the word is saying, basically.
Something had shifted.
Okay.
The dark place was playing tricks on me. It wouldn't stay still.
In this run I tried to get all the achievements, but I failed at 3 of them.
Turned against Wake. Cars flew toward him. And cracked bone and crushed muscle. It oozed hate. I wanted to bury him.
I failed at 3 achievements. I guess I will have something like an edit video, short one with the achievements I missed there. One of the achievements I missed was finishing the whole add-on in one try without dying or restarting a checkpoint. And this was, I'd say, the hardest achievement in the game.
That sounds pretty tough.
Yeah, it is. Because there are some points... I mean, I had to do like 20 to 25 runs to get this achievement.
Really?
Yeah. And it took me, because I can't do that kind of gaming on one day, because I would lose all the fun. So it took me like 2 weeks or something. But I got it in the end, and it's more or less just running.
So you just run through without fighting anything?
Yeah, but you have to find the right pathways, and these are the sunglasses I was talking about, Skanky Ho.
Skanky Ho.
You can't really read it, but... And the Nordic walking poster. It's full of references to the main game. Because, you know, it is kind of a twisted version of Bright Falls.
Yeah.
And all that has happened to him.
So, what is your interpretation?
Well, my interpretation, and this could, you know, refer to the things we really like are seeing in the game, the things the game is telling us, and to a meta level, is that he's gliding into a lower, even lower, darker level of consciousness, and he doesn't know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
You know, he's even more confused. Everything is like
Everything I saw
twisted and garbled up, and
wasn't.
Hello.
and nothing is right anymore.
I will try to guide you. Follow the signal.
I'm trying.
You must face yourself. Follow.
And he's so confused, and he's even more lost in his own world than he was before.
The GPS system was supposed to.
And nothing is at its right
The
place.
ships were
Yeah, as you said, it seems like he went to a lower layer of his conscience.
Yeah. Well, these are the collectibles in the first add-on. The cardboard stand. What do you call them?
Yeah, you mean these real-life cardboard
Yeah.
reproductions? I don't know what you call them.
Cardboard stands. I don't know. And they are like the main characters of the game. They are portrayed in interesting ways, because I think this was Odin, and he was portrayed like from a viewpoint of a journalist writing about a rock star or a TV star.
Mm-hmm.
The changes were becoming more violent. The street wasn't so much ripped apart as it was missing. Like some great hand had reached down and scooped it up. Everything felt erratic, unstable.
I hope I'm leaving the viewer enough time to read the cardboard thingies.
Yeah, I mean, you can always press pause.
Yeah, you're right. And the tools are is basically the best word.
So what do you think about the game mechanics of using your flashlight against these words and then getting your the things out of it?
It is kind of strange and annoying, but later on in the game it's used in interesting ways.
Okay.
I don't really really like it, but I don't dislike it either. So it's okay. It's a new thing, which is good. It's something different from the main game. Which is one thing I like about it.
Yeah, this is quite different because the main game was like, okay, you have this town, and when you have the darkness in the town, it's kind of surreal. But this is like one level deeper, right? It's like it's like a nightmare.
Even more than the normal game.
Yeah, a nightmare of a nightmare.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, it's basically the game is full of nightmares. It starts with a nightmare. Your tutorial is one of your nightmares.
Yeah.
At least if you believe what the game is telling you. And yeah, I hate the flankers.
Sickle.
The sickle guys, but he had like a one-handed axe. But he was behaving like a flanker. And you don't have to kill these guys. I'm just taking my time and trying to play the game in a legit way. But when you want to have the achievements, it's really better. What is it called? I don't know what the achievement is called, but the achievement where you have to do the whole thing in one run without dying.
Without dying, okay.
It's really better to run. And overall, it's better to run past these guys at this point. It's really easy to run towards the next slide, and they are done.
Where are you?
So, what do you think about Thomas Zane giving messages to the protagonists? So, I mean, Thomas Zane wasn't really playing a major role in the main game.
Well, he was, but he didn't have a lot of appearances.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Now he's like your main contact.
I was running after someone, and he was telling me I was going to.
Actually, I don't know what to think of it, because
But I was more scared than amused. I felt like I was being.
it's still the question: is he one of?
I couldn't fight.
Is he like a part of our subconscious? Was he real and is trapped in the dark place like we are, or is he like our other half of the bipolar Alan Wake, or what is he,
Yeah.
So, and as long as I can't answer this question, I don't know what to think of him as our guide and the guy who gives us instructions.
Yeah, I mean, he was saying in the beginning that okay, all of this isn't real, and the flashlight isn't real either. It's just
The representation.
Symbol. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's really interesting, right? Because he's basically telling you are really far away from every form of reality you know. And the only way to cope with it and to get through it is to hang on to representations of things, or to use representations of notions, and the representations you use are things you know, so you don't get crazy, basically.
Yeah, things you can cling on to.
Yeah.
And you have these words floating around, which seem to be written by some sort of, or the font is like a typewriter font.
Yeah. It's a typewriter font, yeah.
Look, wait, maybe that's him. That's the way to the chopper.
I remembered this. This happened before we found Barry.
Another thing I want to say right now is, if you want to do the boss achievement, which means you have to kill him in under 1.5 minutes, which is really fast for this boss, you have to rationalize your flare and flare gun usage, and also your flashbang usage, because you will need basically almost every one of them for the boss to kill him in this time frame. So if you're playing along and want to get the boss achievement, don't use too much flare gun shots. I could have gotten out of a lot of situations which are kind of critical a lot easier with the utility weapons, but I chose not to use them, so I could get the boss achievement at the end.
So there's a boss coming up now, or?
There's a boss at right at the end of the add-on.
Okay.
I don't want to say more about it. I just wanted to say, if you take this as some kind of a guide, don't use the utilities because you'll need it for the boss achievement at the end. You don't find too many. And all the sites and landmarks and vistas we saw during our main game journey.
It's like the deer fest. Okay, there goes the deer.
Yeah, we are kind of revisiting everything. And at this point, it's really best to stay or to stand more or less directly where I stand right now.
On the stairs.
Yeah. Because then almost nothing can hit you.
So, what is your overall thought on the add-on? Did you enjoy it, or did you think it was just like a recycled main game? Or
you could see it this way because they are not adding a lot of new environments. So it's like a really lazy work progress, maybe in terms of creating new playable environments. But I enjoyed it very much, and there are some really crazy new environments coming up. I enjoyed it very much. It was a lot of fun up to the point where I died like 4 times in succession while trying to get the no dying achievement. And then I made 2 or 3 days pause and tried it again, and it was fun again. So it is fun to play. It is really dynamic. You don't have a lot of breathing space, but still it kind of has these moments where you...
The world was changing, twisting, out of control. It was too big on the inside. He couldn't see the ceiling. Something was moving in there. He was lost. He couldn't find the exit.
Asshole.
Yeah. You have these moments that are kind of story-driven, but they don't take a lot of time, so you're constantly in action, in a way. I like that. And this is the point...
The shifts were getting more severe.
You will see that in a second.
It got bigger, or I got smaller. The signal was going haywire. I would have to find my way out of here on my own.
You can blast all the furnaces. And you can kill the Taken with them, which is, I think, a pretty good usage for the words.
yeah.
For example, one of the good usages in the add-on of this mechanic. And they included an achievement where you have to blast all the furnaces. Which is a pain in the ass because there are a lot of them. And I missed one in this run. I didn't find it because it's hidden beneath the stairs and, like behind a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And probably wasting like 4 minutes of everyone's time, everyone's life. But I guess I will chipmunk it later. So if we talk about it, we will be chipmunk too. But it's really fun to use the furnaces to kill these guys. And there are kind of a lot of them.
So, why would there be hints written in the world?
Well, maybe we included the words with our writing, or Mr. Scratch did. But Mr. Scratch obviously wouldn't help us. He wants to see us in misery, so... Or maybe Thomas Zane wrote these words into existence. Or it's just, you know, another layer of reality, because we don't have any reality. We create it with words. But who created the words? I don't know. The thing is, I didn't finish the second add-on yet, so I don't know about the final ending of the game.
Okay.
Which is good, probably, while we're commentating it.
So it's actually the final of the game.
Not this one, but the next add-on, which I haven't finished yet. Yeah. I think these episodes are real, legit 7th and 8th episodes of the game.
Okay. There are a lot of furnaces.
Yeah, there are so many.
And you have to blow up all of them to get the achievement?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you do in this run, or?
I tried to do it in this run, but as I said before, I'm missing one. Oh, and the alarm clocks. I think we have picked up 1 or 2 already. The alarm clocks are the second type of collectible in the add-on.
So the kind of like the thermoses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the alarm clocks remind me of the one Night Springs episode called The Dreamer, I think.
Yeah.
Where everyone was part of another guy's dream, and then he woke up because one of the dreamers forgot to you know, cancel his alarm.
I don't even remember that.
Oh well.
Really? That must be like the second one or the third one.
Yeah, that's probably the third one, I think.
It's probably too drunk.
Could be,
to
yeah.
notice.
But I was probably as drunk as you were. Thing is, I played this like everything I'm playing on camera, I was playing like 3 times before. Yeah, what do you think? Taking a break and chipmunking the rest of the furnace blowing?
Yeah, and going to the bathroom would be quite cool.
Bathroom break as usual. Okay. So see you again in a second, minutes, days, whatever.